You played this year with the NBA Rookie of the Year and Ja Morant. He's one of the most electrifying and dynamic guards in our league. Besides the athleticism, what stands out to you with him as his teammate and getting to play with him and watch him play this year?
He's extremely unselfish. Like there are times where you feel like he's playing too passive, and as a guy who's playing with him, you want him to do more. But he really wants to get other guys involved, and then once there's kind of like that moment in the game where the game kind of turns up a notch, it gets a little bit more intense. That's where he brings his level up and gets more intense too. And there were so many fourth quarters where he was kind of quiet the whole game, dishing. He probably had like 8 or 9 assists, and then the fourth quarter he just goes into attack mode offensively. And so from being around him, for being a rookie, like he was a really good leader to have as a point guard because of that, because he really wants to get the other four guys on the court involved. And for someone who's like, people were talking about him all year as the Rookie of the Year, there's so much attention on him, like so much excitement around his name. Like everyone wants to talk about the highlight plays. Like what he did on a consistent basis was get everyone else on the court involved in the game.
Do you guys feel like the way the seeding games were set up, do you feel like you got a raw deal? Do you feel like, because there was this whole debate prior to the bubble about should we go straight to the playoffs? Should we play a few regular season games? And this is just from a fan's perspective, not necessarily my own perspective, but it seems like the NBA, and trying to create some attention to that eighth seed, but they kind of stacked the cards against you guys.
We had a tough 8 games. Our 8 games were tough. And we started off with a game, day off, another, and then a back-to-back, and then a 2 p.m. game a day later, or 2 days later with a day in between. And that first stretch was tough. And then, we ended it. We had Milwaukee, Toronto. We didn't have any games where you're looking around at other people's schedules and you're like, you kind of wish you had that. We didn't have any of those. Now, in saying that, all we had to do was win one more game, and we were in the 8th seed spot, and we have the advantage playing against Portland where we have to win one, they have to win two. So we 100% controlled our own destiny there. But if you look at it from before, or you look at it from a fan's perspective, it looked like we had a harder time. But all we had to do was win one more game. We just had to score 2 more points in one game. That was it.
Those first 3 games, those were all close games. Yeah. We had you on the second night of the back-to-back, so you guys had played San Antonio the day before, and I think it was an overtime game, and DeMar DeRozan gets Dylan Brooks up in the air and makes 2 free throws to win the game. So like winnable games for sure.